friends. Happy 4th of July. It's that time again. We are bringing you the Gun Cranks. I'm Guns Magazine editor Brent Weed, along with American Handgunner editor Tom McHale, and we've got Eric Gelhaus in today, subbing for Roy Huntington. Roy is such a craftsman. The White House called him, and he's there installing baby gates, so a certain person who might be our commander-in-chief doesn't stumble into open stairwells and things like that. So Roy may be back with us next episode.
You got me.
That's why I do a cold opener.
We're not worthy today.
Oh, that's funny. Good one. Well, as you can tell, I'm not in my usual palatial studio. I'm broadcasting live, as they say, from Gunsight Academy in Arizona, and I'm staying with my good friend, the CEO of Gunsight, Ken Campbell, at their beautiful home. So I'm broadcasting, looking over the mountains and the jackrabbits and et cetera, and we're here for the rodeo. The rodeo is today, so how you doing? Ma'am. So, got my boots, got my hat. So, go ahead, guys. I know that's opening the floodgates to abuse.
I was just going to say you've got the day right. You're doing the big celebration today, and kind of, in a sense, today is Independence Day. That's when random trivia. It's my job.
Yes.
July 2nd was the day that the Second Continental Congress verbally agreed to declare independence. It just took them 2 days to iron out the final language in Thomas Jefferson's paper document. So,
okay.
There you go.
Well, Eric, Yes. Eric, thank you for joining us. Have you found the magic 8-ball for the baboon? Because we've decided...
found it, but it has not yet arrived. We are going to start doing things involving the magic 8-ball at the Angry Baboon.
Yeah. We've got, that's like the probably third most popular member of the Gun Cranks is the Angry Baboon.
Far more popular than me, I'm sure.
Wait till he starts answering questions with the magic 8-ball. Then we're out of a job.
Yeah. Well, here, do that thing like Johnny Carson usually. The baboon says. So I will say I got a little gift today, the new challenge coin for Gunsight 2024. Nice. So that was cool. And we're going to go out and shoot guns and make freedom noises later. So might even be shooting a Gatling gun, depending on how things work out. So life is good here in America, and let freedom ring. So we've got lots of news and views to talk about. We were kind of having trouble deciding what to talk about because things have been happening really fast. So we're going to ignore the presidential debate, the train wreck that it was, and talk about a pretty important Supreme Court decision. And we're going to talk about the bump stock thing. Are they legal? Yes. What? Well, okay, they're still legal.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Done.
So I will say right out of the gate, I'm not a fan of them. I don't hate them. I'm not against them. But it's not – it's one of those things you buy and you shoot once and they go, okay, that was something. But
now off to the reloading room for another month, right?
Exactly. Kind of like Class 3 weapons in general. Load lot, shoot very little. So I don't know. The big problem I have, though, is the problem that most gun owners have, which is the ATF making rules instead of Congress. And we're sure at the direction of the commander-in-chief, whoever that is, might be Mike Obama or no, I'm sorry, Barack Obama. Sorry. Been hearing that a lot.
You're just on a tear today.
I am. Well, back home, it's mid-morning as we're recording this. I wake up here at 3:30 local time, like, okay, time to get up. So this is about my 18th cup of coffee. So I'm going to go out.
We can tell.
Fly with the hummingbirds at the feeder later. But anyway, back to our topic at hand.
Mountain lion.
So bump stock, Supreme Court basically said, stay in your own lane. Laws are the purview of Congress. So thoughts on that? I'll start with you, Tom.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, since I'm the only one with Independence Day and constitutional trivia today, there's a reason Article 1, the first in the list in the Constitution, talks about the legislative branch and the legislative process. That's the most important, right? Yeah. So that's who makes the decisions. As dysfunctional as they are, they're the ones who make the decisions, right? Yeah. This is the whole agency permanently established bureaucracy thing has just spiraled out of control. You can't make laws as an unelected official sitting in an office somewhere. Yeah. No, nada.
I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it one of you guys that said that in like the Reagan era there was like 300 or 500? Was that one of you guys?
Yeah, I brought that up.
And go ahead and talk about that.
I can't speak to the veracity of it. I heard it put out by some talking head on television that in the Reagan era there was like low hundreds of regulations, and now it was something to the effect of like well into the hundreds of thousands, and they can't even tell you. The folks, like, they just don't know how many actual regulations have been made and pushed out there. And we're talking the bump stock, but the Chevron decision was also made last week, and both of them seem very much to be about, hey, agencies, you stop putting everything out and being the adjudicators as well. This needs to go to Congress. Congress needs to make those decisions. That's what they're there for and paid for. So it's not bump stock good, bump stock bad. It's Congress, do your job. Agencies, stop doing stuff that's not yours.
Yeah. Right. And one of the things that go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say it makes so much sense when you think about it. I mean, imagine the picture. You've got a million bureaucrats showing up to work every day who all need to impress their boss and justify their existence. How do they do that? I need to make new regulations. I need to propose new stuff. You don't get any brownie points for undoing existing regulations. So we have this ever-growing pile of, can I say crap on this show?
Say crap.
I can say crap, growing crap that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to infinity and beyond, as Buzz Lightyear would say. So
there you go. Man, you are making the outside references today like crazy.
Yep.
So, the other thing that really bothers me, and you don't see much talk about it because, of course, it's the mainstream media, but when Supreme Court makes decisions like this, which I believe personally is a correct decision, I hate that certain people associated with the progressive left that is typically gathered in a certain party that starts with a D, but they all start saying, the Supreme Court is illegitimate, we should do away with it. Yeah, till it's a decision that you like, and then, we must respect the rule of law. That's just, that sounds like spoiled children to me.
Yes.
Okay, Tom, you had that evil chuckle. You're thinking of something. Go ahead and say it.
No, I was just thinking, okay, maybe we go that way and we just simply put the baboon in charge of adjudication. We're getting a magic 8-ball, right? You got a disagreement between the executive and legislative branches. Let the baboon decide.
Or we could use the third world model where they get it down in the legislature and they roll some chicken bones and decide what they say, and you notice a lot of those countries, if you get a real powerful telescope and look at the moon, they don't have a flag planted up there. Okay. So our form of government is not perfect by any stretch, but it's a damn sight better than a lot of them.
We can plant flags.
All of them. Yeah.
With the best of them.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I misspoke. It's better than all of them. Not some of them. Yeah. All of them. Harumph. So. Well, you guys are just shaking your head. Come on. Say it. Say what you're going to bring out the gloss.
I said my piece.
Okay.
I'm in favor of the baboon. So.
It's tough. It's coming. I just didn't have time to order it after yesterday morning meeting.
And maybe this is way, way too inside baseball, but I want to start seeing some memes. The baboon says. The baboon says, man who, so, okay.
Notice I even turned it from its original orientation, which was like looking across the room, to now it looks over my shoulder at the camera.
There you go. As it should.
It looks like it's ready to attack, so.
You need another one for the other shoulder, like good baboon and bad baboon, whispering in your ears as we talk.
Well, when I get out of this place and into a more permanent one, then you'll probably see the warthog up on the wall as well.
You have a thing for ugly animals, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
There's a certain kinship, maybe.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Well, that's it for news and views. We've got a lot of letters, and we're going to talk about those right now. Letters, we get letters, and we're one of the few, I guess, publishing companies that we actually read those letters, don't we, guys? They actually come to us, not the third assistant intern, janitor that reads that stuff most other places. We actually get them here. So, yeah. And it gets a little overwhelming at times. So I've said this a lot. If I don't answer personally your letter, I'm sorry, but I do at least see most of them. So anyway, we're going to talk about, I think the big thing right now is the fact we lost Duke Venturino and Mark Hampton this month. And Duke was sort of a shock. We knew he was in poor health, and he finally went in the hospital, and then they sent him home, and he met his end peacefully. We don't know what happened with Mark other than he was in Tanzania, and we hear it was a heart attack, but as I've said on our Guns Magazine podcast, word travels slow from the African bush, so they're still working on trying to get Mark's body back because I know how tough it is to get guns in and out of the country. I can't imagine how hard it is to get a body out of the country. So I'm sure there's significant bribes involved. But obviously, both those guys passing were a huge blow to all of our magazines and a huge blow to all of us personally. Both those guys were just great. And if you go back and check the last two episodes of the Guns Magazine podcast, first, I met with Roy Huntington. We talked about Mike Venturino. And then last week, we talked about Mark Hampton. And both guys were just the greatest thing in the world. Great guys, left a great legacy, and hate to see him go. But obviously, that was the majority of the letters and communications we've received this week. So, Tom, you've got some examples of that?
Yeah, keep them coming. I mean, it's the outpouring has been inspiring just to read what kind of impact these two gentlemen made. I've just got a couple of short ones that I'll share with everybody. From AW, I'll be damned. First the Duke and now Mark. Two pretty damn good, if not iconic, firearm writers gone too soon. I enjoyed both of those guys' articles anytime I came across them. Very informative and interesting reads. They lived the good life and will be missed. And, that's pretty representative of everything hearing. I'll share a few lines from another one from MC McClintock. I'm still upset about Mike Venturino and just saw that Mark Hampton had passed away also. I never met him, but read their work for many years. Mr. Hampton will be missed. I enjoyed his handgun hunting articles as much as I enjoyed those of Bob Milik. You all are probably flooded with emails on this. We are, and keep them coming. But I felt compelled to write as I am a longtime reader. I wish I could pay my condolences to Karen and his family. So
good stuff. Nice
stuff we're getting. And just a logistical note, you'll see an article we put together about Mike Venturino and the next handgunner. Unfortunately, Mark's passing came after that issue went to print, so we'll have something in the following issue about Mark. But I think that the word's out now through our online. Thank you, Ashley, and emails and such. So there we have it.
Well, I was going to say that I did something pretty rare, and I noted it in my podcast episode that I'll give some kudos. Normally, this is about tearing each other down, but I'll give kudos to Tom. He wrote a really nice piece about Mike Venturino. And when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say, what I wanted to talk about, I thought I can't say it any better than this. So you'll see the same article in, I believe, September issue of Guns. So good stuff. But I do have one kind of humorous note. And I think the guy was serious, but we've all been thinking it. He said, hated to hear about the guy's passing and it's a loss. And he goes, and he named, Taffin and Masad Ayub. And like, he went down the list of the masthead and said, you need to go have those guys do a physical every year. Like, well, I guess okay, that might be a condition of the writer's contract from now on. But I thought, okay, maybe too soon. But no, I thought that was mildly funny. So we hope the rest of our guys. I mean, I've talked about. I did 2 in memoriam podcasts back to back, and that was awful. We had fun, and I'm pleased that it's so hard to do something like that without getting sappy and maudlin or being flippant. But I feel like we hit the mark fairly well because we got a lot of folks that thought it was appropriate, and neither one of those guys would enjoy the attention. And both of them be like, what's the big deal? I died, big deal. And I don't think either one of them really realized their impact they had on the shooting community.
Well, on the positive note, we have I would say, vast library of material from both of those guys, primarily Duke, because he's just produced so many stories over the years. So you'll be seeing a lot of that in various forms, online for sure. So be sure, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the newsletters to keep in tune with that. I don't want to speak too soon, but I hear we might be putting together kind of a compilation type thing of some sort with some of Duke's best work in there as well. So stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on what's available out there to kind of catch up on some of their best of. So.
Yeah. And at one point I made in the podcast, and I really believe this, he wrote a handgun hunting column for you, Tom, and he mainly did features for us. He wasn't as prolific as Duke Venturino, but I got to say, Mark was so underappreciated in the shooting world. I mean, this guy, I said many times, if he had a bigger giant ego or he had a manager, he would be like, Peter Capstick, because he's done all that stuff. He just didn't thump his chest, and his last note I got from him, hey, I'm going to run over to, he didn't say run over, but the tone was basically, I'm going to run over to Tanzania and shoot, a large, dangerous animal with a handgun.
It seemed like every other week he was doing something like that. Yeah. So, boy, he lived a full life, that's for sure.
He did. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, one other cool email that we got this week, and it was one of those that, we love all of our emails, even the hate mail, which comes in once in a while, but this one really was cool. I called everybody over to the computer here to look at it. And Tom, have you got the hard copy there? Or Ashley's going to put it up on the screen, but I don't even have the gentleman's name who wrote, but it was a cool story. He was talking to his grandfather about his life, and granddad was a Vietnam vet, and they were going through pictures. He found a picture of his granddad asleep on his cot in country in a hooch, and there's a guns magazine laying on the bunk with it. So that's hard. There we go. That's pretty heartwarming. So, and of course, you guys won't be shocked by this. Roy Huntington goes, yeah, I think I've got a copy of that issue.
Yeah, of course he does. What was it, 67, I think? Was that?
I didn't even zoom in.
So. Yeah, you can see it at the bottom of the picture there. The photograph itself had a date, I think, May of 67. Wow. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I do like to point out that we are the oldest newsstand shooting publication in the world. The NRA pubs predate us, but they're an association publication. We're the first ones that came up with the idea of being on a newsstand and talking about gun stuff. So
and
we're
also,
still here.
Little known fact, with the oldest editor.
That hurt. I'm a spry young thing. So, wow. That was wow. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, all we do is tear each other down. That's how it works. Ashley, our producer, is on board with us right now. And Ashley's funny because we've said before, she's double dog dared us to offend her. So I think she's got a pretty good handle on the male psyche. But Ashley, beating up on each other and being cruel is how men express love. So that's just one of those things. So
if we don't abuse you, we don't like you, or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I have a friend who puts it best: kick them while they're down, they get up faster. So That's what I've always subscribed to.
I like that.
So,
That's good.
yeah, exactly. Well, all right. Good letters. We like to see them. Keep them coming, and hopefully we won't have a downer subject to discuss. But editor at AmericanHandgunner.com, editor at gunsmagazine.com, and Eric, I keep asking you what's your current email address?
Hold on. It's something like American Cop at FMGpublications.
Yeah, we got to get that. We've said that like 4 episodes in a row now. Let's get that fixed. I know. Well, by the time this thing's done, I just collapse into bed because I'm exhausted. So we don't think about, dealing with that till the next episode.
At your age, you could only work from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
Touche.
I win.
You win. Okay. Well, I've often said there was that little incident in Vegas that you owe me so big. So
Oh yes. Dump truckloads worth.
Yeah, the balance sheet is still in my favor. So anyway, okay, guys. Now my favorite segment. We're going to see those videos that just are unbelievable. So we're going to come right back with the Here Hold My Beer Awards. Well, Eric said send it, so we're back with the Here Hold My Beer Awards. And if you're one of the 2 people in America that aren't familiar with it, Here Hold My Beer is the famous last words of any redneck when they see something going on, and especially on July 4th, here, hold my beer. Let me show you what fireworks are all about. And next thing you know, he's a memorial sticker on the back of somebody's truck. So we like to get our producer, Ashley, to look for great videos on the internet, and it is replete with them. That's a big writerly word.
Wow.
So, Ashley, if you're ready, why don't you jump in here and tell us what we're going to see now, and I'll put on my little new glasses.
All right. So it being 4th of July when this episode goes live, I found it fitting to find a firework fail video, and there were tons of these DIY firework miniguns. Disclaimer, do not try this at home. You're going to see exactly why. The best part might be the title of the video. It took me a second to realize why that was the title. They were trying to show their support for Pride with turning this into a rainbow. So let's see what happens.
You gotta love the shorts already before you even start.
What'd you? Got it. What the hell happened?
Wow! It was so good at first. Wow!
Here we go. Well, welcome to the continuity show. What you haven't seen here is about 15 minutes of us trying to make this system work, and watch a video about for the Hold My Beer segment. It was Gay Pride Gatling gun or something, and we couldn't make that work. So we like to give you the behind the scenes look here at the Gun Cranks. So what, Tom? Say whatever it is you're thinking.
I was just going to say, let's have the baboon do the close.
This is true. The magic baboon. Wow. So, Okay, well, that completely derailed the entire program. Of course, nobody's ever said that we weren't a train wreck running into a flaming dumpster. So, as usual, that's just the way it goes here, live without a net on the Gun Cranks. I would ask you, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That's how we share with our corporate overlords that people are actually watching us. So, and we're pushing 100,000 subscribers, and that's pretty cool. So please make sure you're one of them. If you aren't, hit that button. Make sure you check out AmericanHandgunner.com and see all of Tom's good stuff there. And of course, AmericanCop.com, where Eric is the editor, and gunsmagazine.com. And we would love you to subscribe to our paper magazines. So you can check that out at either website of Guns or AmericanHandgunner.com. So any other thoughts, guys?
Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, happy 4th. Go out and celebrate.
There you go.
Celebrate freedom.
What? Absolutely. Make freedom noises. And I will close with, and what does the baboon say? You weren't ready for that one, were you?
No. Next time we'll have the 8-ball.
Okay, there you go. Well, cool. As I said in the very beginning, if you joined us late, I'm broadcasting live from Gunsight Academy, where we're going to do the rodeo today, and I'll get my techs on.
I like the hat.
So it is.
That's
I
cool.
think it's
I
a
kinda
good-looking
want
hat. Yeah, exactly. So
Have you been to the train station?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, when we went to Walmart in town here the other day, they've got red, white, and blue Bud Light cowboy hats, and so I didn't buy one.
They all
but
piled up
Tom,
on the
if you want
shelves.
one- they are. Actually, I was at an event here about a year ago, and I was with somebody we all know who was running the event, and they ran into Walmart to pick something up, and he came out and said, "Oh my gosh, there's like 10 of them, and we've got like 15 guys at our event. Otherwise, I'd have bought one for everybody." And I'm guessing those same ones are still on the shelf a year later. So, but Eric, if you want a Bud Light Star Spangled Cowboy hat, I can make that happen. In fact, I'm gonna make that happen.
I'm sure you will.
Next time you're out here.
You want to add to the ledger sheet, don't you?
Exactly. So, okay, guys. Well, we apologize for our technical snafu, and we apologize to Joe, our editor, who's like, "How do I turn this into something?" So, hey, it is what it is. We're live without a net here on America's favorite gun talk program that features a baboon. We are the Gun Cranks.
Talking guns and gear, they bring us joy. From ARs to Glocks, they know their stuff. Gun Cranks podcast can't get enough. Oh, Brad, Tom and Roy, they sure do shine.